My name is Stephen Gersten. I am a car accident lawyer and the owner of Michigan Auto Law. Today, I'd like to talk with you about what happens in a no-fault accident and who pays for your no-fault benefits after you have been injured. What is a no-fault accident? It is a car accident that occurs in one of the 12 United States, including Michigan and Puerto Rico, that has an auto no-fault insurance law. A crash in a no-fault state is called a no-fault accident because the injured person gets his or her medical bills paid and gets reimbursed for lost wages regardless of who was at fault in causing the accident, hence no fault. In a no-fault accident, it doesn't matter who was at fault for purposes of paying for an injured person's medical expenses and wages. By contrast, in what's called a pure tort liability state, the only way for an injured car accident victim to get the at-fault driver to pay for medical bills and expenses and lost wages is to take the at-fault driver to court and prove that the at-fault driver was totally at fault for everything and for causing the crash. Now, who pays for no-fault benefits in a no-fault accident? The general rule is that an injured person's own auto insurance company will pay for his or her no-fault benefits to cover medical expenses and lost wages. However, overall there are special rules that determine what auto insurance company will pay for an injured crash victim's no-fault benefits. So in Michigan, the way this works is under rule number 1, the person's own insurer pays for his or her no-fault benefits. Then it drops down to rule number 2, which is the insurer for the injured person's spouse pays. And then it drops down to rule number 3, which is the insurer for the injured person's relative who lives in the same home pays. And then rule number 4 in Michigan is that the Michigan Assigned Claims Plan pays, and that's when an injured crash victim has no other source for no-fault benefits then the MACP, or Michigan Assigned Claims Plan, will assign a Michigan auto no-fault insurer to pay. What no-fault benefits does your auto insurance company pay for? Your medical bills for care and treatment resulting from your crash-related injuries are paid by your insurance company. Your lost wages and earnings if your injuries from the crash prevent you from returning to work. Your medical transportation costs for traveling to and from your medical and doctor appointments, and your expenses for hiring other people to perform household tasks and chores that you normally would be doing, but for the auto accident and but for your injuries. Attendant care services are essentially nursing care services, which means if you are so badly hurt that you can't take care of your own activities of daily living, then someone else can be hired to help perform those activities on your behalf. Survivor's loss benefits, in the event that you lost a loved one in the crash, these provide limited reimbursement for the loss of economic support that your loved one had been providing. How much does the auto insurance company pay towards your medical bills and expenses? It all depends on what level of no-fault medical was selected in the policy through which you are claiming no-fault benefits. The coverage levels include unlimited, $500,000, $250,000, $50,000, and nothing, where you have the PIP opt-out option in Michigan. How much does the auto insurance company pay towards your lost wages? You will receive 85% of your wages subject to the monthly maximum amount. You will receive wage loss benefits for up to 3 years after your crash. Who pays for your excess medical expenses and lost wages? If the amount of your medical expenses exceeds what's covered by your policy, or if your wage losses exceed what is provided by the no-fault law, then you must file a lawsuit against the at-fault driver and prove that he or she was at fault for causing the accident. The no-fault nature of the no-fault law does not apply to claims for excess medical expenses and lost wages. A little bit more information about us. Our law firm is actually the largest in the state of Michigan, specializing exclusively in helping people injured in car, truck, and motorcycle accidents. We have law offices in Farmington Hills, Grand Rapids, Detroit, Ann Arbor, Sterling Heights, Flint, and Traverse City. We help people everywhere throughout Michigan. Wherever we are needed, we are there.